in our first story. Amid growing requests by the world community to assess the situation in the Kashmir Valley, India is planning to take groups of foreign envoys and senior diplomats to Kashmir in the coming weeks. Indian government is planning to take group of foreign envoys and senior diplomats to Kashmir in the coming weeks, thereby meeting the world community's key request to be allowed into the region to assess the situation there. The government's plan is to take groups of senior diplomats representing different regions, including West Asia, and groupings such as European Union and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations to Kashmir. These will be the first such visits organized by the government for diplomats since Jammu and Kashmir's special status was revoked last August. Earlier, a batch of some 20 envoys and senior diplomats were expected to travel to Srinagar as early as this week, but the leak of the dates for the trip prevented the visit. The government's plan was to organize the visits quietly, without any fanfare, and to allow the diplomats to interact with grassroots politicians, local businessmen, academics, and journalists. The Ministry of External Affairs, Home Affairs and Defence and the Army were involved in planning the visits and organizing the logistics and security. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has asserted that Indian government has simplified the GST for traders. The government has already taken several steps in this direction. Finance Minister of India Nirmala Sitharaman on Tuesday said that centre has taken several steps for traders and working for more simplification of the goods and services tax. She was addressing National Traders Convention of Confederation of All India Traders (CAIT) in New Delhi. Sitharaman said the government has also sought suggestions from traders of the indirect tax. A meeting of state and central government officers was held under the chairmanship of Revenue Secretary to simplify GST norms. The government has launched a computer-generated documentation identification number system which provides for a transparent and recorded communication between the tax department and taxpayers. The FM said the system will ensure greater accountability and transparency in tax administration. Sitharaman said government has brought a new scheme which assures a minimum monthly pension to shopkeepers and retail traders after attaining the age of 60. Indian Space Agency ISRO has announced that India's first manned mission to space Gaganyaan may carry just one person out of the 4 shortlisted astronauts. Indian Space Research Organisation has announced that the country's first manned mission to space, for which 4 men shortlisted for the program will receive physical fitness training in Russia for 11 months, may carry just one person. ISRO Chairman K. Sivan made the announcement on Tuesday. Under the mission named Gaganyaan, which is expected to cost 10,000 crore rupees, India is expected to send astronauts to the low Earth orbit, an Earth-centered orbit with an altitude of 2,000 km, where most of the man-made objects in outer space are placed. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced the space mission from the ramparts of the Red Fort on August 15, 2018. Saying that an Indian son or daughter will carry the national flag on the trip when the country celebrates its 75th year of independence in 2022. The astronauts will likely begin their training in Russia from the 3rd week of January. The astronauts will receive physical fitness training in different types of environments to help them acclimatize to traveling in space. The design of the crew and the service module, which will together form the Gaganyaan spacecraft, has also been completed. India's heaviest launch vehicle, the GSLV Mark III, referred to as Bahubali, will carry the module with astronauts to space. Vidhu Vinod Chopra on Tuesday released the trailer of his upcoming directorial Shikara. The launch event was attended by the lead actors along with Oscar-winning music composer A.R. Rahman. The trailer launch of Vidhu Vinod Chopra's upcoming film Shikara, The Untold Story of Kashmiri Pandits, was held in Mumbai on Tuesday with the star cast Saadia, Adil Khan, musician A.R. Rahman and Vidhu Vinod Chopra himself. Speaking to the media at the event, Chopra gave his reaction to the Kashmir exodus as well as the ongoing violent attacks on students across the nation. Chopra was referring to the horrific Kashmiri Pandit exodus from Kashmir that happened on January 19, 1990, which is the subject of the film. Talking about Shikara, the filmmaker said, "This is a story about a Kashmiri Pandit couple some 30 years ago.